The addiction to being busy. A talk with Unmani.
I'd like to speak a little bit about the addiction to being busy. It's certainly something that I personally have been exploring in my own experience for many years, because I come from a line of strong women who are really good, who have always been really good at juggling many things. And it's an amazing skill, right, to juggle all these different things that you can fit into your life, or that you have to fit into your life. Taking care of family, work, domestic things, and then a social life, and various, other plates that you keep spinning, right? And I noticed that the tendency is that when you're busy, you tend to take on more things because you can. You can, right? What is just another ball to keep in the air, right? You're already juggling so many. And so this is something that I feel like it seems like it's a very noble thing to do, to be busy doing all these very important and significant things, and often, of course, very necessary things, right? There are many things that we can't just let go and drop, like taking care of a child, for example. But this adding more and more, and then this mode of running, it's a mode that we can get into to basically avoid feeling whatever uncomfortable feelings might be there underneath. It's an addiction, just like any other addiction. And it doesn't seem like it because you're not obviously getting high, right? You're not obviously experiencing some altered state of reality, or intense pleasure or something like that. But in a way, you are getting high because you are in this mode which just becomes like normal. You assume it's normal. And in our modern culture, when we're bombarded with so much stimulation, and emails and messages and all kinds of things that we have to respond to now, it seems to accelerate this running and busy juggling mode. And I noticed this in me personally, having been kind of on holiday in a way, and on relaxation mode for a lot of the last couple of months, or the last few weeks at least, and coming back, and then I noticed things starting to ramp up again, like this I have to juggle, and this and this and this, and it becomes very clear to notice how there's this pressure. There's this pressure from the world, society, the norm, people around, to kind of be able to juggle everything. We want answers now, and we want you to solve this problem now, or deal with this now. And so it takes some courage to take a deep breath, and relax into what is here and now. It doesn't mean you have to let everything fall apart, although sometimes you do. But certain things you have to kind of keep going. But it's also about managing your downtime as well, making it a priority to have rest. I love to have daily naps. And I try, if possible, every day to fit one in. It's not always possible. Or just a walk in nature for no reason. Because often even exercise we add in as like another thing on the to-do list that we have to juggle. And so just to do something for no reason at all, just for pleasure, for fun, for relaxation, for connection with life, with nature, with yourself, essentially. To prioritize these things. I mean, it seems so obvious, but I feel like in our world today, we really have to remember to even schedule that into your diary, because otherwise we just get into this mode, running and running, running, and then we forget actually how to slow down, because it just becomes normal to breathe in a shallow way, to just be thinking about, okay, I have to do this and I have to do that and I have to, have I tick, 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 done that? And to just be, to allow yourself to have the gift of being in a kind of holiday mode all the time. And it doesn't mean that you don't work or don't do the things that you need to do or take care of, but that you find a way to give yourself breaks in between, or whatever way works for you, that you notice when the breath starts getting shallow, or when there's tension in the belly, when you are just taking on another thing and saying yes to another thing and another thing, or even a social event. Saying yes just because you don't want to disappoint someone, or you don't want them to not like you anymore, or whatever the reason might be. Just taking on another job or some kind of work thing where, we just take it on just because we're very good at juggling. But it means that we spread ourselves very thinly, and we lose the real joy in life, actually, because the real joy is here now. It's not in the running to the next thing, because somehow the endless to-do list, well, it's endless, right? It somehow seems as if when I get to the end of my list, then I can relax, then I can be present. But actually, presence is quietly, patiently waiting for you, always. And actually, we can really use the breath. It's such an anchor to what is present. When we bring our attention to the breath and to the physical sensations, and we breathe a bit deeper, here we are. Nothing to do, nothing to juggle. The next thing will unfold perfectly, just as it should. Yeah. It does mean that we start to feel what might be under there, what might be uncomfortable. There might be some emotions, some fears, some tension, some grief. Yeah. But it's not as bad as we think. It's not as bad as we imagine it might be when we try to avoid it. We just feel it without the drama around it. It's just what is. And this is living from the heart, actually, acknowledging our heart, what we actually feel right now. It's not in the future or in the past. It's only in this breath, in this moment.